Hello, everyone. This is Maria from mariascraftingcorner.com. Welcome so much. Well, thank you so much for being here and welcome. I sometimes mix and match. I try to have my things like really thought out, like I'm really going to be awesome in this introduction. And here we are, not too awesome, but that's what it is. So I am just making sure that everything is looking okay on my end. It seems like it is. And again, welcome. We are going to be doing today a pop-up card, just a regular Christmas pop-up card. I really like the what I hope is going to be the outcome of it, but I do have three other cards to show you and to show just the versatility of the fold. So again, welcome friends. If you are here with me, please say hi and let me know if everything is working correctly since I've had so many issues lately with technology. I just want to make sure it's okay. Can you hear me? Can you see me? And that's for both Facebook and YouTube. Hi, Judy. Hi, Colleen. How are you, Geddes? Oh, how you guys doing? Thank you, Colleen. We're all learning together, I hope, anyways, today. So just two things I want to remind you. I hate making these like a long announcement thing, but I want to remind you that we have that what's the name of that? Earn and earn to redeem, where you are going to be. Hi, Brenda. How are you? Where you're going to be. Hey, stamping with Flair. Ooh, I love that name. Where you're going to be making every $50 you spend, you'll get a $5 coupon. So that is super awesome. Don't forget that one. And the last thing I want to like kind of remind you guys, not remind you, is that I am going to be making what I'm going to call the Very Merry Workshop. So, interestingly enough, yes, I order my online stuff, of course, my online exclusives. I am very excited at both of them. And I'll show you here in a second both of them if you want. I love them. Hey, John, how are you? Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that. And in spite of the fact that I am in love with the little trucking along bundle, all the ideas I have somehow are the very merry. So I'm gonna make a workshop. You guys know me. Hi, Ida. How are you? Don't worry, your card is leaving tomorrow. Hopefully, I have everything all set up now to send it to the doctor tomorrow. So I'm very excited about that. And did I say send it to the doctor? Well, that was not what I meant to say. Send it to the um, to the USPS office. I don't know what to tell you guys. Okay, so I want to make that Very Merry workshop. It's going to consist of two different videos with with three cards each video. We're going to focus. Hey, Susie, how are you? We're going to focus a whole lot more on some of the techniques than on the folds, just because some of those folds are not exactly like super complicated. And I still don't have an idea on the price. I am really not very good with pricing, but I was thinking that two options. The first one is you can just attend the workshop and it'll be like, I don't know, $5 to $10 the most, and it will have a PDF tutorial. And the second one is if you buy $35 or more before shipping and taxes, you will be able to get the stuff for free. Anyways, let's get to the crafting table, guys. I'm so excited to show you. Okay, so here's the trucking along. I'm pretty sure you've seen it already everywhere. I really like it. It's very useful. I love that it has something for every season. I really enjoy that. I have to tell you guys, it's a very good idea because you can play with this truck in many ways. But the one I'm going to be using is this one because, like I said, every single idea that I had was like, oh, that'd be awesome with the So Very Merry. Oh, I could do these with the So Very Merry. And if you don't know, these stamps do match our, I don't want to put it, but it's a 2 3/8 circle punch. So you'll be able to just cut these and you can probably layer using the stylish shapes as well. Anyways, I just wanted to promote that. I'm thinking kind of have the whole month of August, I mean of July, to see how many people really are going to kind of enroll and going from there afterwards. Okay, so thank you for being here. We are going to be doing this pop-up card. It's super simple, guys. I cannot tell you how easy it is. And I think that the end result and the options you can play with are amazing. We're going to start with a piece, and this is just a piece of early espresso, and it's 11 by 5.5, by 4.25, score a 5.5. Okay, very simple, just our regular A2 card. And I want to start the decorating in here. It's already scored, as you can tell, because I feel that once you have all the other stuff and the going on in the inside, it's a little bit harder to do the at least the basic layers. Now, two things that happen. One of them is I actually got some stuff before I yesterday got my order from Stampin' Up. So initially I had thought of using just white and this piece. And of course, guys, I forgot to tell you, because that's Maria, we are using probably my favorite one horse open sleigh paper. I know you guys know that is one of my favorite. I am in love with it. Here are some pieces, but I can tell you guys how much I love this paper. I will just like hoard it. It's awful. But it is a good reminder because I have this paper. This will it's my reward for this month. So you can get this paper for free with your $50 purchase. So going back to here, this is how I initially thought about this, and we're going to do a couple of things in here before we do anything further. But then yesterday I received, and I forget the name, the More Dazzle paper, and I got this paper. And guys, I love my glitter, right? So I put this in here, and hold and behold, I think it looks gorgeous. Like absolutely gorgeous. I do not want to use it in the whole card, but I think I'm going to stick with this because it's not like gold. It's more, what you call this, like platinum, maybe? I don't know. But it's not gold. It's got those beige tones, and it just matches so well the early espresso cardstock. So I think I'm going to stick with this one, and I'm going to wait here in the comments, guys. Let me know what you think will look better. This is the other option, right? So we have that, or we have the beautiful dazzle, More Dazzle, which also comes in gold, and it brings four of these 6x6 pieces. So one in gold, and I really like this one too, and one in these, I don't know how to call it, but you guys probably know better than I do. So I'll wait for your, hi Donna, how are you? I'll wait for your input. Which one do you prefer? I'm gonna put it like this so you guys can tell me which one do you prefer. In the meantime, I'm going to tell you I am going to be using our deckled dies today, and I want to say, oh my goodness, I forgot. This is like the fourth if you go from big to small. So this is the fourth one. Let me see again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is the fourth of it. The fourth size. And my thought is we're going to cut in here, and then we're going to superpose this on top of this. So I will see which one sorry. We're going to cut these first while I wait for your input. There is the combo, the color combo. Which one do you prefer? White background or that gorgeous More Dazzle paper? Let me bring my like guys. Okay, let me bring my super awesome die cutting machine. I have the Post-it. I know you guys knows about it. There's tons of them in Amazon. I've been using these. I actually think I would prefer the inch one. Yes. Oh, that's a really great idea, Donna. Huh. I think I'm going to cut them both, but I don't want to cut them together just because I feel that it's going to cost me a little bit. Because I'm going to say one thing. This is thick. Guys, this is, I don't know if you probably can't tell, but let me put this. This is super thick. You can totally feel it, feel the thickness of it. So we're going to use the dazzle. We're going to go ahead and bring our die centered as best as we can. And I am going to bring our, you're so brilliant. Thank you, Donna. Of course I'll do that. I didn't think about that. Okay, let's bring these for 1 minute. Although, I'm going to say this, Donna. I think, wouldn't it, and same as Susie, because what I want to put is like, put that center on dimensional, so it kind of creates some dimension. Hey, Carrie, how are you? Welcome. And I am thinking, okay, we'll do this. We'll just do it together. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Dun, 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 dun. Welcome everybody, and thank you for being here, and thank you for participating with me in the whoops, let me do this slowly, in our chat. I love when you guys are chatting with me. So we are going to be using both pieces, but I guess what I'm trying to say is when this is a little elevated, right, you will be able to see then the cardstock. And I think I'd rather have the cardstock here instead of, have these, because then what you'll have is the black. Hey, Diane, how are you? The early espresso. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Like, I want to save me some of this beautiful paper, but in the end, I think we're going to need these so there's continuity in the paper. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. So I'm going to leave it as is. If you don't want to do it and save your beautiful paper, by all means do it. I completely get it. I'm going to move again my thingy here, which we're going to need here in a minute. I was talking to my husband about I'm going to need to extend like my siding here for some odd reason. And he's like, I don't think you can do it, girl. Anyways, so I guess what I am saying is if I cut a hole in here to save this, then you'll be seeing the early espresso, and I think I would like to keep the shimmer around because it's the same, but it will have some height to it, right? And so you'll be able to see the paper. So let's go ahead and adhere our friend here. Guys, I'm training myself. Hey, Patricia, welcome. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you are here live for the first time. I'm trying to get used to my silicone craft sheet, and for some reason it takes me forever to do it. Add a white piece in the center for dimension. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but just a regular white piece. What am I doing, Maria? I am doing great, Diane. Thank you for asking. And for you that don't know, Diane is joining via Facebook. Die cuts the center of the mat. Yeah. Well, let's do this. Just because I am kind of, I don't want it to last forever. I don't want to cut another piece of paper. I am just going to go ahead with the mat as it is. See, like I feel that it will be too noticeable. I don't know, guys. So let's go ahead and adhere this. And like I said, this piece of paper is super thick. It's thick cardstock. So I don't want to lose my. Yeah, this is the top, guys. Um, doesn't this color combo is amazing? This is just so beautiful because the paper is so gorgeous. I actually cut my layer. There's a dog hair in here, for God's sake. I actually cut my layer a fourth smaller than my usual eighth. Okay, and we are going to bring our friend in here. We're going to put it up right now. Yeah, we can do that right now. Maybe not right now. We'll see. And now that I think about it, I should actually use our strips instead of the dimensionals. Probably so much easier than what I'm doing. But oh well. Too late, Maria. Too late. There are a couple things that I thought of, and so see what I'm saying? Like you can totally see the paper behind, and I think that it's worth to keep the actual shimmering paper and just be able to see it. Sorry, I had to put some extras. That's much better. Okay. So this is the first step. The second step is, and of course, I should have had this cut out. And for some odd reason, I don't have it. Well, we're going to work a lot together today. Let me bring. Oh, it's already here. What am I doing? I'm going to use, you guys know, some of my favorites and my favorites. This is the stylish shapes. I use them all the time for everything, pretty much. And today is no exception. I should have just cut it ahead of time, but I didn't. And because I am going to cut this, I'm just making sure this fits here relatively okay. It seems like it does. I'm going to stamp first because, like it or not, it makes it a lot easier for those of us that are not very good at stamping. And I think I'm going to use this Wishing You a Season of Cheer. I really, really like that one. Yes, you are absolutely right, Susie. I completely agree with you. I mean, if I thought about it, I would have done it, but I did not thought about it very well, which is not surprising. It seems like this will fit very well. I did have that piece, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and use a bigger piece just because it's a little easier for you guys to see. I am making sure I am there in your camera view. Okay, let's bring this. The good news when you have one of these is that you don't have to really think much because you'll just adjust your die cut to the actual paper. Now I'm gonna go ahead and stamp, and we're going to put that out of sight. And look, guys, it was not too bad, even if I was not trying. That is so cool. Yes, these paper, like guys, I'm gonna ask you this. Isn't it similar to one that we had? Oh my God, Maria had to smear it. For real, Maria. That we had a while ago, maybe like last year or the year before that. I just know that a while ago we had something similar. And I was looking at it and I was like, it is that paper. You know how you go, it's like, it is a paper. And so I just remembered the paper, but I didn't get it at that time. Okay, Susie, you lost me. So Susie is saying that she cut out the centers to use for other cars, and if you need a bit of height, add white paper in place of the pretty one. I completely agree with you on that one. But then you're saying that use a similar size die, a smaller, not similar, size die, and you'll still have a small border. Oh, I think I see what you're saying. No, Maria. Well, too late. But that is a great tip. So follow Susie for tips. That's a great idea. So I guess what you're saying is instead of cutting here, I could have just use a smaller die to cut this. That is a great idea. I did not do it, and partially I have to say I don't want to walk a whole lot. I still have like my broken foot, right? Of course, you guys know, and that's why you see me moving a little slower on the slower side. Let me remove everything there, and we're going to bring this up and cut this. Susie just won the award to the best dip. We'll see who can help us with that one. Okay, so we have these little piece in here, and I did it in early espresso. I really like the early espresso. It's such a dark brown, but at the same time it's not black, right? But it's easy to see. Okay, oops, I'm putting my little pillow there. Let's remove this in here. And so my thought is we're going to put this back in here. I have already, I don't know if you remember these pieces, but it does have a little rabbit and it has a die for it. So I brought my little rabbit in here. And I think we can put our little rabbit up there just like that. And I also did some of the die cuts of, it has a die cut, the die that die cut die, Maria, a die cut that just has this beautiful tree. And so I cut it in actually several colors because I was not sure which one I liked. Of course, I cut it in our early espresso, but I also cut it in crumb cake and also pebble path. Because I feel like they're also wintry, right? And you can see anything. Let me bring this like that's much better. Okay, so my thought was, I know I have a tree there, but I can totally put this on top in here and just create a different scene. I also have one of the other stamp sets, and this tree is amazing, and I'm just following one of the this inspiration. It comes in the catalog. They did something similar, and I just feel that you can put this one in here, and so when you come back up here you'll have these like that. We are not going to decorate just yet because I want to make sure that we can adhere these two. Patricia. Oh my God. Well, I'm not sure of that statement. I am a total hoarder of paper. I can't believe how much paper I actually hoard in general. In that paper, those two papers, I am telling you guys, I probably am going to have like 1,000 of them. It's so beautiful. I don't even know when I'm going to use them, but it's so beautiful. So we have now two pieces of white. These are just an eighth smaller than our regular. So 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And this is just the back of one of those beautiful paper. And I am like completely devastated because I'm using it, but nothing we can do. So we are going to put these two here because when we open the card, similar to the pop twist and pop-up card, we need to decorate both areas. Really, I guess you don't need to, but I definitely like that. So when I started making the card, I realized that I want for the, let me see this, for these two papers here, let me remove all my little pieces. For these two areas, I want something that is not super busy, because then it will take, the paper will take away, whoops, like the beauty of the rest of it. And I think you'll understand what I'm saying when we decorate this together and put it together. We want to maintain the focus on the pop up, not pop up. Okay, let's see. And for some odd reason, this is like fighting with me today. The advantage with this paper is that it does not have any direction, so you can put it anywhere you want. But same as always, guys, be mindful of the direction of the paper. Okay. So this is how our inside of a card is going to look like. Okay, so we have this, it'll pop up, and let's decorate and create the pop-up now. Now we are going to need for this a piece of, and where's my cheat sheet so I don't lie to you guys. Right, Ida, this is a beautiful color. This is the pool party. There you go. I love their color combination, their matching colors. It's amazing. This is 3 3/4 by 10. And I'm gonna bring my friend, my bestie here, and we are going to. Okay, let me remove everything so I don't lose my dies, guys. If you don't have something like this, you need it, because I cannot tell you the amount of times that I've lost my stuff very often. And we're going to score. So we're going to score at 4. We are going to score at 5. And we are going to score at 9. Super simple. Okay, I'm making sure it's the real 9, but it's good enough, right? Carrie, that's hilarious. Oh God, Carrie is saying that she has so much paper hoarded that if Hobby Lobby runs out of it, she can't totally restock them. That is so funny. So I am right there with you, though. Completely right there with you. And these we are going to fold all Bally. And this one too, Bally. So let's bring our foam folder and we're going to just crease those folds real quick. Yeah, I can totally relate. And before I became a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I really had like a lot of paper, and there's a couple of brands that I still hoard on them. I completely love them. And this is how our pop-up is going to look. But I want you to keep that in mind because when we place our paper, we have to be mindful of that. Okay, so I'm going to bring our 2 pieces that I have already cut. These are 2 different pieces, or what I'm trying to say, guys, is these are pieces from 2 different pieces of our beautiful one horse open sleigh DSP, and this is just an 1/8 smaller. So this is, let me see, 3 5/8 by 3 7/8. Okay, and this is going to be like the background. So let's go ahead and bring. Yep, it's working, guys. It's working. I'm gonna go ahead and bring our Stampin' Seal Plus here. And we are going to, again, I need to be very mindful. This is the background, right? And so we're going to adhere this. And I'm saying all this because you guys guessed it. In the first one, I made a mistake. I was aware that I didn't have to do that mistake, but I did it anyways. So now I'm going to fold over so I don't make the same mistake. And I'm going to cut these. This is already cut into the same dimension. So, and remember, guys, I have a PDF tutorial that will be in my blog and you'll be able to download and print it. Now I am going to adhere this layer. And that's where it goes. Oh my God, don't you just love? Oh, that is brilliant, Carrie. Carrie's saying she uses a magnetic strip. And I love it. One of these days, I'm going to give you guys like a tour of what my table looks like. I don't know where I would be able to put something like that, but that is a brilliant idea. Okay, so here we go. What we need to do is we are going to cut here using the stylish shapes, and this is the biggest of them all. Okay, and we're going to just center as best as we can and bring our Post-it. Like I was saying, I really, by the way, really, I have to say that I bought this one thinking, oh my God, the smaller, it should fit better like in the smaller dies. And I am not completely pleased with it. I have to tell you guys, I prefer the thicker one. I had one that is like an inch wide, and I think I prefer that one. And guess what? Yes, we're going to bring the other one, our cutting and embossing machine. And go back, guys. We are working together today. I usually have these things totally cut, but sometimes I feel that we need to go together with, actually, I'm going to put this backwards, and kind of review together the whole process of it. And maybe go. Yes, go. Hey, go. Maybe. Oh, there it is. Oof, for whatever reason, it's rebellious. So I'm going to go twice because it's 2 pieces of paper. And just because I'm going to go actually a third one. Like I've said in other videos, especially a long time ago, I was actually looking for a video for one of the ideas for the Very Merry workshop I was telling you guys about. And it was so funny because that was a hard cut. Like I was cutting like 3 pieces of layer. And I just said, guys, this is your arm workout. So don't worry. Just keep doing it. Okay, so let's bring our little piece. Because we run this so much, the tape is going to be really attached to our paper. So be careful when you are removing this. So thankfully I was paying attention, but I kind of had a heart attack. Pay attention to the direction of your paper. Okay, we're going to remove this, and I am hoping, and if it doesn't, I was hoping this was not attached together. This should not be. Okay. It's got a little bit of it, but I am going to remove it. It's not necessary. Why are you doing this to me? Okay, let's remove it anyways. That works well. I'm going to leave that. And what we're going to do, I'm going to bring my... Oh, I have the magnetic sheets, but I have them for my dies. So, like here. I just have them in here. And I love them. I love those magnetic ones. I have like a ton of them. I'm going to go ahead and cut these. Because this is going to be in between our background. So I'm going to go ahead and die cut. Not die cut. I wish it were die cutting. Fussy cutting. The little house. And I am going to include part of this snow mount. Well, this snow area. This is a very, very simple cut, right? Only Maria can mess it up really because I just am such a not good cutter, fussy cutter. But I always say, if I can do it, guys, you can do it because I can cut anything straight. And I am not like being, oh, Maria, yes, you can. No, I really can't. Okay, I'm going to leave it like this. And so what we're going to have is this is going to be here in the middle kind of setting. And we are going to bring one of those beautiful trees that we have, and we're going to attach it like around here, kind of to make more of a difference and just make clear that you can see that depth in our little shadow box and little pop-up card. So let's go ahead and bring use the front. It's usually much better. I'm going to bring my little fine tip, and I'm just going to put this like in the back here. And I'm actually putting a little bit deeper and a little bit behind the house, so I can actually attach this. This is very thin, of course you can't tell. And so I just want to make sure that it does not get broken when you open and close the card. So I'm just making sure that all these pieces are attached to here. And that way, we probably are extending the life of the pop-up card. I'm going to leave these for a second to dry. And in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and adhere this. So the only piece I'm going to tell you guys is I did not come up with an easy way to adhere this. It happens. Make sure that you know where the front is. So what's going to happen is we're going to put this in here, just like that. And this will open and close very, very easily. There's no struggle with this one. And that's what I was telling you guys, that you need to really make this so much like, you know, less busy than this. So there you go. So you can really pop up the front, right? Or the pop up. Oh my gosh. Anyways, okay. So this this part is going to go in here. And we have still a couple of other things to use. I am going to go ahead and turn this back in here. And I'm still thinking, would it be easier if I adhere these first and then try to adhere the other piece? I'm thinking, guys. I'll show you. I only did one extra card that have the piece in the middle, and so I was not able to perfect that. I think we're going to go with this one. Let's go with this one. So I'm going to bring my bleeding glue for whatever reason. What am I doing, Maria? Let me move this way. We are going to adhere this piece and move it all the way to the white card. So I guess I always say this. I feel that if you go all the way to the score line, it's going to cause issues when it's opening and closing, right? So if you move it a tiny bit, you know, towards or away from the score line, then it's going to work much better. And since this is, you know, I kind of make sure that it was very noticeable here. So this is almost like a 16th there, but it doesn't matter the measurement. What it is important is that you move it a little bit away from that score line. And I'm going to make sure, I'm going to turn it right here. Let me make sure that you guys can see. And I am making sure that it is centered, which is not at this point in time. You guys can totally tell. And I need this view to make it center. I know it's funny, but and now that I have that there, I'm going to hold here because you guys know I move everything. I'm going to move this like this and bring my glue, which is, like I said, bleeding for some reason. And now it's not working. Oh, how cool. Well, thankfully, I do have my big Tombow that is very crazy. I'm having glue issues, guys. Okay, let me remove that because that's going to make a mess all over. And let's go ahead and glue this. And now, whoops, I moved it a tiny bit. That's the good news of glue. We'll know that. We all know that. And that's why I am using glue too. I'm removing those areas that have glue so I can kind of prevent a crazy accident. Making sure it's less gluey. It seems like it is. Okay. Okay, so now these will move in here. And this looks like, don't you tell me that this looks amazing. So here's what the piece where I am not sure how we're going to decorate, but we'll figure it out together. I have here, actually I can make it a little thicker. Let me see. I have here that piece that we had previously that we were going to stamp on. This is about an inch. I'm going to cut it at 3/4 of an inch. Okay. And I'm going to cut these at 2. Now I'm going to explain why 2. First of all, because I didn't want to do the math. So you guys can all laugh, but I didn't want to do the math. So these is 1 inch, right? So we have 1 inch of depth. And whatever we do to pop up in here or to include in here needs to be, of course, at 1/2 inch more or less so you can see it and see the depth of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to score this, and we're going to score these in 1/2 inch increments. So there's 1/2. We're going to score at 1. And I've said this many times, if you have like a little piece like this, then go ahead and just score from the bottom, right? And that's, oh, I made a mistake here somehow. Not somehow. There it is. It's not a big mistake because this is not noticeable, but these, so it's 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 1.5 inch. For some odd reason, I scored it seems like 5 3/8 or something. I mean, 1 3/8. Who knows? We're gonna fold these, belly. If you come this way, right, or will be belly or inside, and you're gonna create kind of this tiny little square. Okay, and this square. So one piece needs to be attached to here. One piece needs to be attached to the other side. So we know that this is the piece we're going to use. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to put it right there where no one can see, right? So using our wonderful spilled over glue, I'm just going to attach this. Oops. So that score line, right? So the first score line to the edge in here. If I have to be completely honest with you, I don't think it makes a whole lot of difference if it goes a little bit higher, but I have not done it. So, oh, thank you, Patricia. That's so cool. I love it. I love it. I think you're going to like the end result. Okay, so bottom line, we have one piece that's attached to our little inside piece, and then 3 pieces that are loose. These will be attached in here. So I'm going to bring this, and I think this is what we need to do. So I'm going to bring our little piece. I'm just going to glue it. Wait 2 seconds to make sure it's glued. And then Jesus, this glue is like super exciting. I'm not sure what's going on with this. I am going to align, just as we did before here, to our pool party edge. So to the edge of that pool party. And this is going to be centered. And it's glue, but I'm going to make sure it looks centered. Okay, and it seems, see what I'm saying? It's not completely centered. So it seems centered, but it's not. So I'm moving these a little bit more. And because it's the same in this case, it is the same measurement as the piece in here, right? So it's the same edge. It's a little bit easier. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to put my big head in front of you, but it happened. And now what we're going to do is we're going to bring this piece, we're going to glue this piece. And all we're going to do is we're going to stretch this out, put this in here, put the glue in here, and bring this piece, okay, so the background, am I making this correctly? So the background will go in here. I just want to make sure I'm not lying to you guys. Yeah. So here we have it. This is a little glued in there. And we're going to, oh my God in heavens, I have all these gluing together. There. All the way here, I think is where it should go. Does that make sense? And that's, I'm not, it's the same thing that happened when I was doing the other one. It just, the glue won't stay and it drives me insane. I'm just making sure I have it right. And if I don't, and then I don't. And so that's why we do this and practice. Okay. So I was right what I intended to do, but I kept second guessing myself. Back in here. So I'm going to turn it in here because this is how this is going to look, right? And this needs to go all the way to the bottom. Does that make sense? Let's see. Double face tape and a bit of glue will make it stronger. Both together? I've not used them together, Susie, ever. That is news to me. Here I go. Okay. Now we're going to give it 2 seconds for it to glue. I think that I should have totally do the double tape, but I didn't want to risk it. I have never used double face tape and glue it together. Who has used that? I'll have to try that to see. Not today because I don't want to risk it, of course, but on another moment in life, yes, that sounds awesome. Okay, so now you guys can see how it's going to look. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my glue that is like super excited to be used or something. And I'm going to bring this together. These needs to go all the way to the bottom, right? And there it goes. Mostly. Oh, glue, glue, glue. It won't stay where it needs to stay. Okay, we're going to give this a couple of minutes to dry. So I'm just going to go ahead and close it and go for it. And that's our friend that is not there. There it is. It's tight. It's getting there. So I'm going to give it a couple of minutes for it to get together. In the meantime, or to glue together, we're going to go back to our work in here. And I have this tree, and I think I'm going to keep this tree in here. It just gives it an absolute pop-up. Just in case, what I did in this tree, and I didn't want to do it here because it takes, again, just so much longer. But I stamped these in Lost Lagoon, and then with my writer marker, I always forget how they're called. I use them Stampin' Writer. That's so weird. I rarely ever use them because I'm so used to, just use my regular stamping blends. But the writer or the marker, I colored the inside. I colored at the inside. I colored the tree trunk. And then I brought some of this Lost Lagoon with a small blending brush and went all over around it. It doesn't matter if it goes over, it doesn't matter. You can create more variation in it. I just kept it simple because this is the first time I've done this. So there you go. So I think I want this friend in here to the side. We're going to bring our Season of Sheer in here. And we have our little thing. The last thing you have, Brenda, well, I have never used it. I'll have to practice that. The last thing that have occurred to me, because that's Maria, is should we use red ribbon? I'm just thinking we can put some red ribbon in the back of it or something along those lines. And I have this one that was I have never done that. That is so funny. But should we put like some red ribbon in the back in here and attach somewhere or just make like a little bow? I'm going to wait for you guys to tell me what you guys think. Or just let it like that. Have a tiny, tiny piece of bread going off here, like in the middle. That may be what I'll do. Let's start with that and see what you guys think and let me know. Just let me know what you think. Okay, so we have this. So what I am thinking is if I put this in the middle, it'll have that tiny bit of red. And I really like that idea. What do you guys think? While you think about it, I'm just going to cut a tiny bit. And I'm actually going to cut like that and like that. And we'll remove these pieces, and if we use them, we use them. As it is, in the meantime, I can totally adhere this. So let me know, red ribbon, no red ribbon. And that will be just to bring a pop of color into our card because it's very monochromatic, right? Not monochromatic, but it has the same colors. Okay, did I take them off? I took them all off. So we're going to put this in here. And see a little bit how you can still see that beautiful. You guys see what I did? Poor little bunny. And then I'm going to glue this front here because I really like it. And so I'm going to make sure that I am gluing. Let me remove this before they make any messes. This is going to be on this side. And so I'm going to bring glue on this side only. Okay. And just like that. It's literally on the border. I am not sure I'm getting... Oh. Well, Carrie, I just read your comment in depth. That's a great idea. Makes a lot of sense. Um, Ida's saying, do you want to cut a sliver of paper on the inside of your glimmer? So the glimmer paper shows. That was probably a good idea, but I didn't think about that ahead of time. So, sorry about that. So what you guys think? Red or no red? Donna says yes to the red. And it would be just something like that. Just a tiny, tiny piece. That's all we're looking for. And so this is, I want to say, okay, this is in centimeters. For whatever reason, I always put this in centimeters. But this is like 2 centimeters. So I'm thinking I'm going to cut, let's see. I cut a tiny bit. Thank you, Patricia. That is so funny. Oh. I don't remember that, Carrie. You'll have to enlighten me. I don't remember what with the red ribbon and the... Oh, guys, I'm missing it. I'm missing it. That's not fair. So I have a no red ribbon. No red ribbon. I forget the Sixth Sense. Okay. I think I'm going to leave the red ribbon in spite of the Sixth Sense issue, which I am not sure what it is. But I think I'm going to leave the red ribbon only because I really like that tiny pop of... Oh my gosh, in heavens. Of red in it. Just I think that I'm there with you, Patricia. There is no, it's not Christmas without red, and I am like that person. And it would be, it's, oh, you know what? It's actually going to match well, and I'll show you what I mean here in 5 seconds, because I have a colored, of course, colored the sleigh, and it's going to match perfectly that. So that is very interesting how I came up with that and not even thought about it. Okay, there we are. Red ribbon. Thank you, Linda. Hi, Linda. So this is going to go in here. And if you guys know, you can bring a lighter to burn these. Of course, you probably all know. So I'll do that out of our life. We don't need any dangers today. And I somehow lost my... Oh, here they are. I didn't lose them. That's the good news. Okay. And I always feel this needs like an extra support in there. I'll show you what I mean here in a minute. You guys are going to laugh because I didn't think about it, but it is going to match perfectly. I'm bringing this a little bit closer to my eyesight because for some reason I'm like, I have this awesome eyesight, which I don't really. So I am going to bring a small dimensional, and I'm going to put it here on top of our friend and a little bit of our glue and put it in the back so we can put our little bunny up there. So that is the front of our card. Now let's go back to the inside, and now it's looking like that. Super simple, very, very cute. Now let me show you what I mean. look at that. It had red, haha. So it's going to match perfectly. I didn't even think about it until later. So we are going to put this friend in the front of our pop-up. Two things. The first one is, and I knew this was happening. Yeah, I don't. Well, Donna, welcome to my club. I don't know what the red ribbon is going to look. It's about in the Sixth Sense, but you know what? I'm gonna go and Google it after we're done. Um, so I used for this one, I used Pool Party both, and then I used Bermuda Bay in here. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but that looks really, really good. For the reds, I actually used the combo. I used the lightest. Let's see. Let me bring it here. That is so funny, Carrie. I think at this point in time, how old is that movie? It's quite old, right? So I'm using the 100 skin tone. So this is the lightest of the skin tones for the top. And then I use the light Poppy Parade. Yes, I'm quite OCD with these things, right? The light Poppy Parade. I use the dark Real Red and the light Cherry Cobbler to create like the, you know, not dimension, the blending on it for the colors. If you can tell, I don't know if you can tell, but I use the Snowfall accents, which are back in our clearance rack. So guys, if you don't have it, I love this stuff. So if you don't have it, go ahead and get it, because then you get that super realistic feel of like fur in this case. Okay. So, two things about this piece. Yes, it's bigger than the 4 1/4, and I know that, and I'm very sad about that, but I'll have to cut it. And because I love horses, I'll cut them. But this is my goal, is to put this friend in here, and what we'll do, I'm going to make the most out of it, and we'll cut some of these pieces. Not ideal, but I just wanted to do so. You'll have these people going over, and the horse is far too cute to do that. For the horse, I use the Pebble Path dark and light, and the Gray Granite dark and light. Okay, so that is what we are going to do next. Let me bring one last thing. So I had put that one there, and I just was thinking, should we include one in here? No, it's well glued. I think it's too much, right? Thank you, Patricia. Yes, I think it does. It does give it like an extra pop in there. Like I said, you'll have to use some with a lighter to get it there. But let's go ahead and adhere our friend. I was thinking of attaching one of these, but I think they're too flimsy, and it will not survive well the back and forth of the movement. Ooh, before I do, the dies also bring like the, oh my god, I forget how you call this, guys. Help me out here. For the sleigh, like the actual sleigh. I don't know how you call it, guys. And I cut it in one of our dark. I think they're still available. So I'm gonna glue this in here so it shows the least amount of white. I don't think that's how it's supposed to go. I think it's supposed to go on top of the black, just like that, right? But I was thinking like the black does not look that bad, and if I move it a little bit, then I cover some of that white. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully our friend decides to work now. Of course it's not. And we're going to bring my really big, long pin that I have. It's very old, as you guys can tell. This work a lot of extra hours, opening and closing, glue. Okay, let's hope that does. It does. Okay, and that was supposed to happen. Let's bring that back in here. Yeah, we'll put it on top. Fine, Maria. Just don't get too excited there. Okay. And now the sad part, which is the cutting of our little piece. So I don't mind, so I'm putting it here. I don't mind seeing a little bit of the horse nose. I still don't see it here. So I'm moving these a tiny bit there, right? You can barely see it on the front, but in the back, I'm just using the back because the front is too glittery, right? And I'm moving these tiny bit, can you tell? And then we're going to cut this part, which makes me so very sad. But nothing we can do. I think I'm going to cut it this way. Let me think about how I'm going to cut this, because when I hold it in this side, okay, that's much better. Huh, that was much better, Maria. Okay. What you mean, Carrie? Maybe on the left side, left side. I'm not sure what you mean, but I have to cut it no matter what. Like, because I tried, right? So if I leave it like this, you're going to be able to see it. It just looks not very done. So as sad as it makes me, I have to cut it. Okay, there it goes. Rails. Thank you, Donna. Yes, they are the rails. I'm so bad with them. The runners, so you got me there. Okay, are you guys ready? Because I'm not. There's one thing I'm going to do. Sorry, guys. I'm going to go ahead and cut the die cut a little bit. Like that. So how dumb is it? I'm fussy cutting the die cut, huh? But at least I take off that white. And we save probably a 1/16 of an inch, maybe even smaller than that. Okay. Here's Maria being super OCD. Okay, let me see. Did I get that? Yeah. Oh my gosh, I didn't. Okay. So now we've saved ourselves a tiny bit of the horse, and I don't think we need to cut much more of the horse. See? See what I mean? Like that white, we took a tiny bit of it, and now you need to cut this. And yes, I'm giving some time. I'm definitely struggling cutting this, but we have to. And I'm going to move this like this so I can see what I'm actually cutting better. I'm holding as best as I can, but you guys can tell I really am bad at cutting. And it makes me super nervous to cut. Okay. It's sad, but it will survive. I try to make it the other way so it would look like horizontal, but I was not able to do it with on time. Let's say that. I had, kind of a busier weekend and I just did not have enough time because my glue is bleeding for whatever reason. I'm going to go ahead and bring all over here. Now we can do some of that. So the best case in this, because of that, would be to do it horizontal. But it just does not get the same effect. I don't know if you guys can tell. Like if you open it, it will not look good. It's just weird. So I did not have time to play enough with it in order to make it work. But it's better than nothing. Okay. Let me remove all these little pieces in here. Now let me bring, you guys know that I already always have some of these cut. This is the, oh my gosh, I use them so often and I always forget. Contour scallops. And we're just going to put one in here. So it's, oh, I forgot a little piece. Look at that, Maria. So I have a tiny piece. This is 1 by 3 5/8. And this is going in the top. This, I don't know what, sometimes, every so often, my glue just like does not want to work for whatever reason. So weird. And I'm using glue now. Oh, you have a point there. So I'm just putting this little piece in here, so just to keep, you know, kind of like continue with the colors. You know what? That is probably a good idea. I was thinking if I'm able to like kind of disguise that, but I'm not. Oh, okay, Carrie, I hear you. And so we're going to go ahead. I am going to leave these. Oh no, actually, that one. So this one says, wishing you a season of cheer and a happy new year. And I'm going to use that happy new year. I think it's the delay. It's one of those things that I really dislike, and it's that there is so much of a delay. Oh, that's a great idea, Susie. I could have done that, but the fact is it needs to go straight in here. And so it anyways, I didn't do it that way. So it's okay. It's okay. And I actually noticed that this poor kiddo is not. Oh, but you know what I just thought of? Okay, guys. How many times do you look into your trash can? Is there a way we can just adjust this a little bit? You know what I'm saying? So, like, move this a tiny bit here and it look finished-ish. No, it won't look finished, right? What you mean? Look up. You mean the trimming the sled, Patricia? Is that what you guys mean? I know we're all suffering because I cut it, but there was no way around it. Like, I tried. There's two things that I am thinking of. One is adding these like this, but I think you can totally tell that there's a difference there. And you still have like some, yeah, you'll still have some extra. Hey, Mary, how are you? Okay, guys, I'm not sure, Patricia, what you meant. I could take it out. I could still like even glue that if I wanted. There is no way to fill it out without that. And the only thing that occurred to me was doing kind of adding it here, but it will totally still seen this way. And because this is the front will actually look like that. You see what I'm saying? Like it will not look good. So I'm going to wait 1 second because I can still fix this and to see what you guys. Oh, Tina, how are you? Let's go ahead while you let me know what you guys are thinking. I'm going to bring the other one. Why am I using this one? And the one that says, and Happy New Year. And I don't know what this is. And we're going to put it in. Oh my God, it barely fits. My big head there. Thank you, Joan. Let me bring one of the bigger ones. I have one of the bigger ones here. Thank you, Ida. Thank you, Maria. I appreciate you all in spite of our cutting. Shall I make this red too? I think I'm going to make this real red. I'm bringing the real red. Same as always, I try there first, so you can tell I'm not stamping very well. And I'm going to bring this in here. That is not good. And because I always have a ton of them cut out. When I am having, like if I'm not sure what I want to do, I just cut them out. Thank you, Patricia. Okay, guys, let me try to make this as straight as possible. That is much straighter. Okay. Removing this out of the way. let's go ahead and bring our friend here, and we'll, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the glue in here instead. And then we'll have some movement. Okay. And as you can tell, I obviously shouldn't have done that because now my paper has glue where it doesn't need it. I'm much more concerned of trying to adjust this as best as possible. Okay, there it is. Whew, guys, I'm sweating here. Okay, let's do this last one. And where's my... If I had a penny for every time I lose my tools, I will totally be rich, guys. See, no, it needed to be the other one. Well, okay. Yep, right? Let me, sorry. So back in here, back with this one, and we'll go back and bring this. It's a little smaller, but it'll work well, I think. Not right. Oh, Maria. Okay, fine. 4 by 3, I think it is, or 3.5 by 3, maybe. Let's see if this works better. Thank you, Brenda. I'm so glad you guys like it. Yep, that's what it needed to be. So, where's my little thingy again? And we're going to move in here. I really like the scallop things, but it's not working for me today. Ah, come on, guys. Ah, there's a good news about this. And I made it. I made it, guys. Jesus in heavens. I don't know if you can tell, but I have like a little thingy here that was messing with my stamp set. So I'm removing that. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and use glue since my glue is still spewing glue for whatever reason. I'm not sure what's going on with my glue situation right here. But maybe it's being... Okay. And now we're going to bring this in here and center as best as we can. I still have another one of these trees. And I was wondering if I wanted to put this one in here. What you guys think? Guess that's something we can think about it later. But all in all, this is the card you have. Okay. I think I want the tree in here since it's already gotten all. Whoops. But we'll put that aside, and this is how it looks like. Oops. This is there. So you'll have like the little house. You have the whole scene. And then this is the front. Lots of working together, guys. Thank you. Okay, let me bring the other ones I made. So this is the first one I made in the practice using our little ladybug, which I absolutely love. And that one, that's what I was telling you guys. I didn't put anything in here. I just used the, dimension and play with the leaves and the ladybugs. So this is absolutely cute. I did not have a paper I wanted to put here. It was, everything looked too busy. So I ended up leaving it black, and I like it. Then the next one is using a little birdie, and I already forgot his name. Sweet Songbirds. I love this card. It's using one of the paper for the, let me see. Always forget names of paper. Inked Botanicals paper, and we've used this in the past. But if you notice, this has like leaves, and I love it. And this is using the Lost Lagoon. And then on the inside, we have all the little birds in there, and we have one in the back. So what I did is I used the back for it. This one, as you can tell, I used another piece of paper for decorating here, and this is when I thought, oh yeah, you can just totally get some like super not busy paper in here to play with this. And the last one is, yes, another Christmas card because I can't help it. And this is using the gnomes, which you know I love and I have used so very many times. And I absolutely love how this ended up looking. I love that I put the Christmas greetings here instead and kind of created the same color combo. And it is the same color combo. Look at that. Isn't that super funny? Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much for everything. And I do totally appreciate you've been here, you helping me and having some fun. I'm still thinking about this tree in here. And what do you guys think now? I know it's late and I'm sorry I'm taking so long in here, but I like this tree in here. It fits like that. We'll have to cut up a little bit in here. I absolutely love this tree in here. I don't know what you guys, if you guys are very behind me, and that could be, and that happens sometimes. But what do you think of the tree? I like the tree. It really brings a pop up to the card like that. Making sure it fits. So those are your cards. Let me know, guys, what do you think? Which one do you like better? Please let me know in the comments if you're not here in the live. Which one would you like better? And this is the last one. Okay, what do you think of the tree there? I think I like that very much. The house is a little, there it is. Now I got it. Okay, so we have 4 different cards. Let me know which one you like better. I am going to do now the raffle for next week. I mean, from last week. I am starting to fear that. Oh, I didn't think about that, Susie. You totally had it correctly. That should have been what I do, but I didn't. Let me get this here so we can see the winner. Let me see. I'm moving up here. And so these would be last week's card. I hope you all can see. And oh, that was a good idea. I think that the part of the problem is that there's a delay between what you guys are saying right now and where I'm at. I think it ended up looking good. Tell me which one you like the best. I'm going to go ahead and do the raffle real quick. Where's our drum roll? And it never happens, but it's fine. And the winner is Celine. I have no clue how to pronounce her last name. It's like Moutier. I would say it's French. Moutier. Well, Celine, I'll try to touch base with you via Facebook. Let me move this 1 second. I want to show you guys something first. Oh, okay, guys. I'm sorry I'm so behind. But I want to show you one thing if you're watching this. So I have decided that the easiest way for me is let me to notify you from that you won is, give me 1 second. Okay, I got it. So, oh, thank you, Susie, thank you, Brenda. I'm just sad that there's a little bit of a delay, and I am much further. It looks like. Okay, let me show you this, guys. So, if you go into my YouTube channel, there is a top at the top that says community, and if you go there, it looks like almost like a Facebook thing. And so, I am letting everybody know that you want the car in here. I will also try to look for you on the comments, but sometimes it is um, you are here in the chat, and so I can't tag you there. So this was my solution, was to bring this up here, and then if you don't want to watch the whole video or whatever, you can just come up here and check that you won or who won. I hope that makes sense, guys. Okay. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Brenda. I am just sad that it kind of there's a delay. I want to ask you, friends, I know it's been a little bit late, but has there been a lot of delay in or has the video stopped? I guess is what I'm asking. I just want to check if the internet was working better today, and I don't know. So let me know, please, in here about the internet, if it worked a little bit better. I am just closing everything. Thank you. Thank you, Judy. I appreciate that. It is cute. I am very sad that it didn't work the well I wanted with the whole piece that I had to cut, but I think that whomever receives it will love it anyways. And so you have 4 different cards to choose from. Actually, for next week you have 3 different cards to choose from. It can be either of the Christmas ones, but it can, I need to keep one of the Christmas ones because I'm still making my cards for Christmas. This is how it works, guys. This is how it works. So please let me know if the connection was decent. And congratulations, Celine. I will touch base with you via YouTube. Hopefully we're able to chat. And again, let me know which one you like the best. And don't forget, the gnome one is very, very cute. I agree. And mostly everybody has this card already, right? Don't forget, guys, that I will have this very merry workshop and that I am planning for it. I will disclose more of the details on it, but it's definitely going to be with the So Very Merry stamp set and the fun folds and my ideas, which are not yet in production. But in my brain, they look amazing. I know it's late. Thank you. Thank you so much for being such good friends and stay here with me all this time. And thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Julianne. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Many, many blessings to you all. And talk to you during the weekend. Okay? Bye.